Hey guys, it's Chelsea from Little Mountain Ranch. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the high tunnel. Today we are going to be getting this high tunnel prepared to plant in, and I'm very excited about that. This is something that I have been eagerly anticipating for weeks and weeks and weeks now. So the plan is we're going to put in 4 beds that'll be around 4 feet wide, and then the paths will be 2 feet. That is the plan, and we are going to get these set up permanently and convert this into a no-till area. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is get all the grass that is growing in and weeds and stuff around the edges just all dug up and flipped over, and then we'll just put dirt on top of that to suppress those weeds. Then we will get all of the lines put in. We're going to use some baling twine because baling twine can be used for anything. And we are going to put in our lines so that we can have nice straight paths. Normally, I honestly don't worry about stuff like that, but because I'm making permanent beds here, I would like everything to be nice and straight. So we're gonna get that done, and then we'll see how much progress we make doing that, and then we may potentially move the compost in from outside that you saw us do in the last video, and get all of the beds layered nicely with that compost. What is so awesome today is it is actually really cool outside. I do have the shade cloth, as you can see, on here because I was worried it was going to be sunny today, but it's not. It's actually quite cool and not sunny, which makes being in here and working in here this way a little bit more tolerable. So without further ado, we're going to get into getting all of these weeds dug up. You know what I'm going to do before I do anything else is spray this down a little bit with the hose because it is so incredibly dusty. What would have been a smart thing for me to do would be to have put a sprinkler in here about a week before we were going to work on it, because the dust is insane. This grass, we call it cooch grass up here, looks like this, and then it has long roots like this and with roots that come off, called rhizomes. And if you break one of these off, if you can, because they're very strong, this will grow an entirely new piece of grass. So it's really important when these are dug out of the ground that you get all of the root if you can. So the reason that this is coming in off this side is because our hay field is on the other side of this, and we'd actually took a little piece of our hay field and converted it into this space. So I expected to have to battle with this a little bit, but it's not that bad, thank goodness. But you know what I do want to do though is actually take all these out of here, rather than all of the other weeds you can actually just throw on and we'll just cover them up. But the cooch grass, let's get out of here.
No, we have learned that lesson with the fourth garden.
Yes.
Sticking the green grass on it does not help.
No. Okay, I want to leave this space open right here. So would you mind grabbing
You mean
that?
just like these 2 rows, or?
I actually just
The whole way
probably
across.
will. We'll see, but I'll just put that. Okay, I want to do 4 feet and then 2 feet. Let me just stick a peg in there. And then 4 feet. So I think what we'll actually do is we'll just move this over and we'll make these beds a little bit smaller since I don't have access on the far side. So maybe we'll do the ones on the far side 3 feet. Okay, and then I like the 2-foot paths though.
Peppers on these sides?
That side's gonna have
So
pepper.
it's not shaded?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the plan.
So we had a wall of
The tomatoes
green.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I want to put the tomatoes in the
And then
middle.
the peppers were shaded.
Exactly. So we'll put the peppers on that side, and then this I think is going to be my miscellaneous bed because I want to do sweet potatoes in here. What were some of the other peanuts? There's a few like just fun experimental things that I'll put in this bed on this side. Okay, so now what we'll do,
4 more pegs?
you need 6 more. Yeah, and then we'll run the, sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. I was not thinking. My plan right now is I'm going to do my tomatoes down the middle of my greenhouse this time. I did tomatoes down this side. This is the east side of the greenhouse, so it didn't actually cause a huge issue with shading, but my thought is if I put my peppers on this side, because peppers are short, then there won't be any shading issues on the tomatoes in the middle. So I'm going to have 2 double rows of tomatoes. So I'm going to run a trellis down the middle, a cattle panel trellis, which I did last year and I loved that. And I'll run a row of tomatoes down each side of that trellis and 2 rows of those. Over on this side of the greenhouse, I am going to put some experimental plants. I'm going to be putting some sweet potatoes in there, some peanuts, and a few other just fun experimental ones. And any of my extra tomato plants will also go into this bed. Everything grew really well in here last year. Last year was my experimental year. So I'm feeling a little bit more confident than I was about it at the beginning of the season last year. I'll put a link to all the videos that I did last year that were about the high tunnel in the description box below and up here for you if you want to go and check those out. One of my roosters is checking it out in here. I had roosters that lived in here all winter. I'll show you. And he still thinks it's his home. So he's hollering at me. He's like, get out of there. Are you gonna come in and visit with us? Come on in. No? Okay then. Isn't this cute? He's coming in because it's raining outside. He's like, wait, cute. This is my home. You know what I was just thinking? Is how I don't really know why I always garden in mounds like this. Maybe it's because my mom did when I was young, but I just realized as I was doing it, why do I always do this? I could just do it when it's flat, but I just like the way this looks. And also it provides good drainage, and these mounds, the soil in these mounds will actually heat up better than if it was flat. So it has some practical reasons too, but mostly it's just because I like the way it looks. Show you what Dan's doing out here. I'll take you along on the journey of this compost pile. Doesn't sound very exciting unless you are a gardener, and then it's very exciting. But this pile will have shrunk down by half within about 2 weeks. So I'll show you how we turned this into this. And it's awesome. Don't you think it's awesome? It's very awesome. Cypress, what are you doing? You just dug up my bed. Silly boy. Doesn't this look awesome? I'm so excited about this. So maybe eventually we will put wood in on either sides, because basically these are raised beds without the wood. I am going to hold off until tomorrow to get this finished. So we're gonna get the tops all raked, compost them all really well, and then put all the fences in. So I'll bring you guys along for that. And we may even start planting, which is really exciting. What I'll probably do after I get this all set up is put a sprinkler in here and let some water sink right down deep into the soil before I plant. But I'm pretty happy with the way that this is looking. I actually think it looks a lot better than it did last year, and that is super exciting. I look forward to seeing you all again in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.